birthday splash isn't going as well as we would hope right now. So I decided to do some green beans and baby food because it's easier than getting our own green beans and trying to prepare it between the cross-contamination from the pans and that sort of thing, because in the past I've had issues with that. And I chose green beans because number one, it's just a single ingredient. And number two, mast cells are memory cells. They remember what you react to. And it's been probably 5 or 6 years since I've touched a green bean. So I'm gonna take this little spoon and I'm gonna take a bit. How appealing. Do I just eat that and then leave it at that? I mean, it doesn't taste, it's not gonna taste very good.
That's it. Just do that. What's it taste like? Nasty.
I mean, at least. Okay. Tastes like green beans.
Well, green beans are good.
But like the consistency.
It's the texture.
Yeah, it's a texture thing.
You feel any burning in your mouth?
Mm-mm. Not at all. I'm just
Okay.
trying to get over that texture.
Love getting up so early in the morning.
We're on our way to pelvic floor therapy at 7 a.m. Still partially dark outside. This is the aftermath of pelvic floor therapy. Dang, bless you. The place had laundry, and then when I ate green beans some more.
Probably didn't help your redness out, huh?
But I wasn't red when I originally ate it. It just didn't hit me till my witching hour. I get a witching hour where I get mast cell symptoms around the same time every night. And on days where I've been out in public, it just gets exceptionally significant. The pelvic floor therapy appointment did go well overall. It was just an orientation. We didn't actually do any exercises, so I do not have any footage. She was just discussing what my symptoms were and how it impacts my life, and then we discussed the next appointment that I have on Monday. It says no to graffiti. How ironic. There is graffiti everywhere, and it says no graffiti.
No graffiti. It's like basically begging people to do it.
I just see no traps.
Then when people throwing their change in there, I'm gonna go down there and pick it up. Talk about piggy bank.
Welcome.
This is the rock bed. It's so bright. We don't have glasses on. It's nice. And this table rocker over there. Come.
Well, let's not fall.
It goes all the way down, right? I just want to get like right here so you see like the whole thing. It's pretty, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You gonna take some selfies?
It's
It
bright.
goes all the way down too, like you see all the graffiti stuff down there.
I could get a tan.
Not with a cardigan on.
On my face and stuff. We're at a place called Bald Rock
Bald Rock.
in Cleveland, South Carolina. Oh, about died and fell. Anyways, yeah, it was one of our contemplations for engagement pictures. Although I kind of do want something more with a garden scene. So we decided against this one, but it still was something I wanted to see. So we decided to be spontaneous and go now. I kind of wanted to go yesterday, but after all the triggers at PT and eating the green beans once I got home, I was not quite up for it. I really shouldn't have eaten those green beans after I'd already had been exposed to so many other triggers, because with mast cell disease, you have your hypothetical allergy bucket. And so on a day where you're exposed to more triggers like perfumes and colognes and such, then you don't have the extra room in your bucket for food. Or say like you have hormones setting you off naturally like that time of the month, then you can't eat certain things that you normally would have been able to tolerate on a regular day where you're not as triggered. See, it says deuces into you. Come December, that's what I'm gonna be saying. So my green beans went well-ish. However, yesterday I did try to eat more of it, and I ate the entire jar. Although some of it is venting out because I am on 24-hour continuous G-tube drainage. I did well with the jar until 2 hours later. I started feeling like I was going into a reaction. I blew up in my stomach abdominal area, which I do every day anyways, but this was just exceptionally bad. I could actually feel my incision stretching and like the sutures inside stretching. I was very nauseous, and then after that happened, then I started feeling like I was going into a mast cell reaction. Well, I did go into a mast cell reaction. I didn't feel like I was going to go into one. I did go into one, and we treated that, and I don't have any mast cell issues today, because normally like after a reaction you are more set off the next day from it. I don't believe I was reacting to the actual ingredient though. My theory is that the amount I did stressed out my intestines, which in turn stresses out my body, and that bodily stress makes the mast cells granulate because of the timing, and it was hours later, and I don't know, I just felt like I was so uncomfortable GI wise that I was going into a reaction. It just didn't present like my normal. The day before that though, because the green bean one ingredient had went well, I decided I was going to do pears. We have the organic baby food pears, and I took, you know those trial spoons, like if you're at the grocery store and they give you a sample in a little cup and it'll have a spoon sometimes. Well, I used one of those spoons and I took 3 of those little tiny bites, and that immediately caused a problem. My mouth was burning and my throat was burning. Pears were something that I ate quite a bit of when I was in my 10-month good spell as a raw vegan, and it seems to me that all of the foods that I ate during that good spell, I do exceptionally bad with. For example, when my mast cells first got bad, and I've just realized that I needed to change my diet, and once my mast cells calmed down, I could eat any fruit or vegetable except for the ones that I had eaten previously in my life. Because as a child, I would hardly touch a fruit or vegetable. That was the food group that I tolerated best during that time because it was the one I had had least exposure to. And the raw vegan thing worked very well for 10 months until my body began recognizing those foods too. And it's been similar with this go around with me trialing some of the baby foods, because like pears didn't go well, but pears are something that I ate a lot of. Green beans were not something I ate a lot of because I was a raw vegan and I preferred to cook my green beans, so I never really ate green beans during that spell, and green beans are okay-ish now. Of course I react to anything, but to some extent now, but it's just not as bad as the other option.